Roland Garros 2026 has officially become the most unpredictable Grand Slam in tennis history. The defending champion, not even here. The world number one, gone in the second round. The greatest of all time, sent home by a teenage phenomenon. And for the first time since 1968, not a single former Grand Slam champion made it to round 16. We're in completely uncharted territory, and I need to talk about it. What's happening in Paris right now is something we may never see again. The men's draw is blown wide open, and someone is about to win their first ever Grand Slam title. Let's just say, this tournament has completely lost its mind.
Show, set, match.
First of all, you have to understand where Roland Garros came from. Before 2005, the French Open was the most unpredictable major in tennis. Clay's the greatest equalizer, the slowest surface, the longest rallies, the most room for an underdog to drag a favorite into a nightmare. Champions came and went, nobody owned the place. Then a kid from Mallorca showed up in 2005, and for the next 2 decades, this wasn't a tournament, it was a coronation. Rafael Nadal won it 14 times. You didn't even need to watch the draw, it became the most predictable event in all of sport. But now, Nadal is retired, and we're watching Roland Garros snap all the way back to what it was before him. Pure, beautiful chaos. The king is gone and the castle is empty. Full circle. So how did we get here? Because the carnage this year has been unreal. It started before a ball was struck. Carlos Alcaraz, the 2-time defending champion, pulled off with a wrist injury. The door swung wide open, and waiting right there was Jannik Sinner. It felt like destiny. 30-match winning streak. He'd swept Monte Carlo, Madrid, and Rome. Every clay masters back-to-back.
Hardcore glass, clay court. Man, next time.
Always a pleasure.
Great job, man. Great stuff, man. Congrats.
He owned every major except this one.
I won't sleep tonight very well, but it's okay.
Now here is something wild. At his first press conference, a journalist came up with this bizarre question.
No, say again, what?
Have you had a dream recently that your golden run has ended? And what did that look like?
I didn't dream. That's no, I don't know. I didn't dream. Sorry.
And then the nightmare came true. Against Juan Manuel Cerundolo, Jannik was up 2 sets and a double break in the third. And then his body completely shut down. Over 30 degrees in Paris, and Sinner started cramping. Dizzy, drained, he said he'd woken up that morning feeling off.
Woke up this morning, didn't feel very well, and
Cerundolo smelled the chance and pulled off one of the most shocking upsets in tennis history. The first time a world number one lost before the third round here since Andre Agassi in the year 2000. The streak was gone and the career Grand Slam was denied again.
also congrats to him. I don't want to take anything away from him. He played a very solid match, especially also in the end, and that's the sport.
24 hours later, court Philippe Chatrier under the lights. Novak Djokovic, the only former Grand Slam champion left in the draw, was up against Joao Fonseca, the 19-year-old Brazilian phenomenon. For 2 sets, Novak looked like the man with 24 majors. 6-4, 6-4, it looked like this match was gonna be over quickly. But this kid is different. Fonseca had already come back from 2 sets down this tournament, and he did it again. With an insane forehand and the crowd behind him, the teenager managed to pull off the impossible. And with that, for the first time in the Open era, not one former Grand Slam champion reached the round of 16 at a major. We're guaranteed a brand new first-time champion. And here is the part that ties right back to Nadal. The last time a 17-year-old reached the third round of a major was Rafa at Wimbledon 2003.
Game 7 match, Nadal 6-2, 6-4.
But only until this year, because a 17-year-old French wildcard named Moise Kouame, ranked 318th in the world, beat former Grand Slam champion Marin Cilic in straight sets, then survived a 5-hour war to make the third round, the youngest to do it since Rafael Nadal himself. Meanwhile, the old guard took their final blow. This was the last Roland Garros for both Stan Wawrinka and Gael Monfils, two legends waving goodbye in the first round, just as the next generation kicks the door down. You couldn't scrape the timing. And the chaos wasn't just on the scoreboard. Take a look at this moment from the Francis Tiafoe match.
Okay, all of this has to stop. You were as well, so please.
He definitely gave me a lot of lip. He thought he was Ryan Garcia or something, so I just had to definitely let him know, like, yo, chill out, bro. Just play and just enjoy being in Paris and just play. So.
And right as it's happening, the crowd goes crazy because PSG just won the Champions League final. Sorry, Arsenal fans. Maybe next time. So who's left standing? We got Rafael Jodar, the 19-year-old Spaniard who was just outside the top 700 a year ago. On his Roland Garros debut, he dropped only 5 games in his first match, and he just came back from 2 sets down to reach his first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal. Another Spanish Rafa rising on clay. Does that sound familiar? In the next round, he gets Alexander Zverev, the only real heavyweight left. Experience against the fearless kid. I honestly have no idea how this one will turn out. The other quarterfinal down here will be Fonseca against Jakub Mensik, a 20-year-old Czech who earlier in the tournament nearly collapsed and just survived a 5-set thriller of his own. Two of the brightest young stars in the game, guaranteeing a Grand Slam semi-finalist aged 20 or under. So who will lift the trophy? Zverev is the obvious pick. Most experienced, highest seed, easiest path, but he's never won a major, and the weight of being the overwhelming favorite has crushed many players before. Then there is the romance, Fonseca, the kid who already ended Djokovic. If he keeps swinging like this, we might be watching the heir to Guga Kuerten write his legend on Chatrier.
Guga is here. The inspiration.
He was here for my first time in Roland Garros, my first match as a junior, and it's a pleasure to have him here.
Roland Garros 2026. No Alcaraz, no Sinner, no Djokovic, no former champions anywhere in sight. The most predictable tournament in sport, transformed overnight into the most unpredictable. We're watching the changing of the guard in real time, and whoever lifts that trophy, they'll be remembered forever. Drop your picks in the comments. I want to know who you've got, and see you in the next video. I traveled to watch the best tennis players in the world and got closer to them than I ever thought I would.
Develop the shots. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So buckle up. This is gonna be the craziest week of my life, and I want you to live it with me.